should be live again. Yep. Everything appears to be working great. So I would like for Twitch to fix my stream manager. Because my stream manager, once again, is not working. We still do not have the stream manager that we would like to have, but it's somewhat functioning. Somewhat. But so I'm just gonna continue to open my own stream in the side and hope that that continues to work, because as long as we don't need anything, we should be okay with it. So I did a little bit of anatomy practice off camera earlier today, and then ever since our last stream I've drawn basically every day. So I'm continuing to work on doing art, and I had a bit of an idea. So we're getting into the colder season, so I thought, what if we drew QT in kind of like sitting on a couch, maybe with like a cup of hot cocoa. And I was like, that would be interesting. That would be something I could try to do. So that is going to be my goal for today, is to get that started. And I probably won't finish it on stream, I'll be honest, because I don't stream every day, because I just get tired. I probably won't stream every day, but we're going to try to get that started and sketched out today, if nothing else. So I'm just trying to... Oop, that is... I'm going to have to get my stuff worked out. Alright. Okay. So, I'm not used to really drawing, like, objects in my art. So, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to try to sketch out the sofa a little bit. Get that sketched out. I don't know if it'll help in any way, shape, or form, but maybe it'll give us a foundation to work with. Maybe it'll give us some form of foundation to work with. And I don't know what to do for the arm of the chair. Okay, and then we can just go do simply up and back for this. And then we should just be able to round this back out. No, we need to try to keep the couch from sinking in, because that's something I tend to do a lot, is I tend to start sinking details to where they're moving farther down in the perspective. But I'm slowly starting to like figure out when I'm doing that and figure out how I can do it better. Okay, I doubt we'll use the rest of this over here, so I'm not going to worry about it that much. Alright. Now, here comes the part I don't exactly know how I want to do. Because now we're actually getting into the anatomy. So, we're going to have a head up here. Maybe. I don't even know what position to have any of this in. So, we're gonna... Just gonna experiment a little bit. We're actually gonna start just on a new layer, just so we can play around with it completely freely. Alright. That's not looking horrible. Alright. So if we do something like this, maybe? think this is looking bad. That's looking more bad. Okay. Get that worked in. Alright. Just gonna slowly try to work in everything. So we're gonna have... I know I'm like not sketching out the rib cage and everything, and I probably should be. I'm not gonna deny. I'm not gonna lie, I probably should be. And this may be a mistake that's gonna bite me later. Scratch that, it's a mistake that's biting me now. But, so I have, if I can not stutter on the first word of that sentence. I've been working with anatomy for a while, and I feel like I'm getting the gist of how to construct everything. But I do agree. I should work and do a little bit of anatomy here. I should do a little bit of anatomy here. We got this. And we got that. Got that. And I don't know how we do it with this leg right here. I'll be honest, because okay, how does that look? Because this is getting into a little bit more dynamic posing. Like, I can do anatomy when it's just... I'm gonna lower this opacity a little bit, just so I can tell the difference between the layers. So I can tell, I can do anatomy, I think, pretty decently when I'm just drawing. But once I get into more dynamic stuff, that's when stuff starts to get tough for me. I'm not really liking how I'm doing this. So I'm glancing up, because something I decided to do, because I thought it would be smart, and I do still agree with myself with this thinking it would be smart thing, is I am making the bottom of this just so boxular. Alright, let's do that. Okay. Alright, and then we can take this in. We can take this in and back out. Alright. That should get all that working. But I don't know. This is feeling quite wide in the hips though, which is not meant to be. Like, this leg is looking fine. I'm messing up how this leg is attaching here. So what I think I need to do is probably scoot this in a little bit. We'll try that. We'll try scooting that in and we'll see what that ends up doing. We're We're just making a few minor adjustments. Like I'm not super using a perfect anatomy, but I'm kind of simplifying it for myself. Like I understand how my shapes are working, and I'm kind of using that to my advantage a little bit. Because one thing I have done is, other than the fact that I can't draw the rib cage, but I know where it goes. I know where most things go. That line goes in there. That. It's just. This is just odd. Like, I don't normally pose my legs like this, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time figuring out what I need to do. I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out what I need to do. That gets attached there, that gets attached back in there. Okay. This gets put in there. Alright. So, shoulders are going to be right in about here. How do I like this posing? I'll be honest, I wanted a little bit more side, her facing towards the side. I didn't really want her to be absolutely straight on. That wasn't the idea that I was going for. Yeah, that wasn't the idea I was going for. But it'll be okay. Maybe I put these shoulders a little too low. Be okay. So, how do I want to do all this? That's a great question. Alright. Okay. So, I'm gonna take a little bit, even though most of this won't pay into the final drawing, I'm gonna take a little bit and I'm gonna just try to sketch out some of my muscle groups. It's like, arms aren't just flat. Deltoids go in like that. That goes. Whenever you raise your arm like this, yeah, you get a little bit of a divot there. And you get the wrist, you got the palm. palm. The arm's going to go like that. Now this arm, alright, now we're going to have collarbone. And we definitely won't be seeing hardly any collarbone, but I always like to draw it in just because. So you got the traps here. Okay, now what do I want this arm to do? I want this arm to go kind of out like this. And then come back across. Come back and across like this. Okay, we'll do that. And you got the wrist right in here. You'll have the palm. Really rough thumb shape. Into the hand holding the coffee mug. Alright, into the holding the coffee mug right here. Alright, this is going to take a moment to finish out a little bit more, but I do think that that's like that created. Yeah, I do think that that's like basically created. I do think that that'll be like that. Okay. This is not coming together the worst. Considering I'm just sitting here taking the anatomy knowledge I know and just completely bullshitting a art piece, I think this is actually going really fucking well. Like, good job. Oh, and here's another thing. I've practiced drawing the chest. I've practiced drawing the chest. So, alright. QT. Not the biggest size in the world. So, the curve isn't going to come past the edge. And she's not at a super big angle. So the curve is not going to come past her chest. Alright. I think that's honestly enough. Right there. Like, I don't think we need to define the chest area anymore. Like, I mean, technically we can do... Technically, the entire chest is going to go a little something like this. Maybe. Whenever I do it like that, it doesn't look as good. So, we're going to start, like, mid to slightly below the shoulder and go to about forearm. I think it's honestly looking pretty okay. Like, once we put some clothes on her, I think it'll all work out well enough, and we just need a rough general idea in order to make everything work together. I don't know how to draw feet. Oops. Oops, sorry. Never cared enough to pay attention there. So we're just gonna do a little bit of this. And make that that needs to be rotated. Other than the fact that I need to rotate this just a slight bit to where it makes sense with the rest of the leg. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's looking good. Other than that, I think that's got anatomy basically working. Okay, controversial thing. I just used the circle tool to make a circle. I just used the circle tool to make a circle. My bad. Because to be honest, I don't think that there's much of a point to me just drawing a circle, and it just genuinely makes me aggravated every single time I go to try to draw the circle, because I can never draw it good. So I'm just going to use tools. We created art tools to help us do it easier. I'm going to use a circle tool. Some people might say, oh no, you don't want to do that because by actually drawing the circle, you work on muscle memory and that improves your skill set. I mean, they're probably right. I mean, they're probably right. What am I doing wrong here? I am doing something very wrong, and I don't know what. Does that look any better? I mean, a little bit. Okay. Okay. This is too small for one. Alright, that might be just a hair big. I don't know. It might just be a hair big. But it's okay. Yeah, that is big. Okay, we can fix it. I think part of it's my jawline. I think most of it's my jawline. Okay, we're getting it. And she's looking slightly down. Alright, yeah. I think with that, we can take it and blue it. And then from there, we can start to work on drawing clothes. We're actually moving at a decently quick pace. Can I speak? Is speaking an option? I would love to be able to speak. Yeah, today. I'm sorry, I have problems speaking sometimes. It aggravates me more than it should, and I actually realized I don't have any water. So I'm gonna grab some so I don't cook my voice again. So I'm gonna take a... Here, I doubt it'll be handy, but... Alright, I'm gonna grab water really quick, and then I'm gonna be back. Probably before anyone can get here. Okay, I'm back with water. Alright. Now, we can... Okay. Alright. How do I start this? That's a great question. We'll start where I always like to start. Okay, that actually looks like a really good shawl line. Or line for the shawl. I think we need to... I think it'll be a regular practice for me going on. To just... Even though I understand anatomy, just watching anatomy videos every here and there. Because, like, I've sketched this a lot quicker than even I normally do. Like, I figured a sketch for this idea, and I had no idea posing or anything. I was like, this is gonna take a while. But it's really not. Yeah, but it's really not. We've just completely blown through all the anatomy because I had no idea what I was going to do 27 minutes ago when I started the stream. Oh, now it would be 28. Like 1 minute before stream, I was like, should I sketch this stuff out before going on stream? I was like, yes. Because I have not a single clue what I'm doing. But look at us now. We're already working on first sketch. We already got the anatomy made, and we're working on first sketch. Yeah, we're already working on first sketch, and that's kind of impressive to even me. We don't normally do that very often. So, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. Okay, so... Alright, and then we're just going to do triangles for fabric folds. I think it's looking alright. Yeah, I think it's looking quite well. I gotta say, I'm quite happy with how this is coming along. Like, we've not been sketching for a lot of time, but it's already starting to come together. I feel... Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not the happiest with the pose, but I'm really happy at how it's looking, if that makes sense. So the pose isn't how I originally wanted it. Because I wanted the hips to be... I wanted this one to be slightly more forward and this one to be slightly more backward so it would rotate. But I'm really happy with how this is. But I'm really happy with how this one is looking nonetheless. Like, I'll be honest, I think we should start looking at anatomy videos more. Because... Are you kidding me? My headset's already starting to beep that it's dying. And I was just charging it like right before stream. Well, too bad. You'll be okay. I say that and then it dies on me on stream. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, never mind. Guess we're done. I'll be honest, I still don't know how belts work. So I'm just wrapping it to the body and hoping that works. We need to take this up a little bit. Alright, I think the belt on this side does go up a little bit. I'll be 100% honest. Okay. How's that looking? Looking pretty good. But on that note, I'm gonna take the front down a little bit. Yeah, I'll take the front down just a little bit. And then we'll see how that looks. It's not too bad. What if I take the end up as well? I'm just entirely experimenting here. I could be wrong in how I'm doing this. Like, I'm just experimenting and seeing what makes sense to me. Oh, I just realized I'm not wearing my glasses. I'd probably fry my eyeballs less. Hold on. Alright, there we go. I should fry my eyeballs less whenever I just shove my face straight into my screen. Okay. How do I like that? Okay. We're just gonna line in the top of the pants. And we'll go through and we'll clean all this up later. Right now I'm just trying to get basic rough ideas in. So get the X in there. Farther out? Yeah, farther out. A little bit more in. Yeah, a little bit more in. I'm being a little bit too picky with like where I'm placing the belt loops at this point, I'll be honest. Like it really is not going to matter, but I don't know. Like I always say, I don't know what I'm doing. But today so I've had a pretty alright day. So for anyone that doesn't know that is here, I work in social media marketing. And I'm about to be graduating within the next semester. So I'm really stoked about that. And part of the reason why I decided to start doing Twitch was just because of a little bit of fun. I thought it would be kind of fun to just, hey, we'll try streaming a little bit. And then I started picking up art, and I was like, this would give me a good place to use my art skills, because then I can just do art, and people can watch me do art. And it's helped me get over... I don't like that. That's a little better. It's helped me get over a little bit of my fear of art. Like, Okay, so I'll be honest about what I'm doing right here. What the? Oh. So right in here, we're gonna have the muscle dividing. Maybe a little bit farther up. Right in there is where muscle divides. I don't think I need to show that, I'll be honest. I was fighting it. I was debating it. Alright, we don't need it, so never mind everything I just did in there. Alright, how's this looking? Okay, so this is gonna go in like that. Then we're gonna have fabric. I don't know how we do this right here. Like, I know we're gonna have the fabric come in part. Do something like that, but I don't know exactly how they do it. Something like that. And we'll have a pocket in here. I don't know how the pocket's gonna look. I'll be 100% honest here. So we're not gonna draw the pocket yet. Although I do really need to figure out where the pocket goes whenever the pants are bent. Nope. Man, everything I do, no matter what's looking flat on this bottom edge. Okay, that looks like it's wrapping decently well. Alright, and then here we're just trying to parallel it as best as we can. And we actually did, I think, a pretty decent job. I think we actually did a pretty decent job with it. I'll be 100% honest. Like, okay. I haven't actually finished an art piece in about 2-ish weeks. But I've been practicing every day for them 2 weeks. So I'm actually kind of impressing myself with some of what I'm doing. So I'm really stoked at the moment. Some could say I'm chuffed if I was English, but I'm not. I'm American. All right. It's actually looking quite fucking good, I gotta say. Although, here's the thing. I think the cheekage would be showing in through here, but I don't know how. I'll be honest, I don't know how. We'll think about it. I don't know, we'll think about it. I genuinely don't know at this moment. I might have to actually go and look up a reference for that one minute detail. So one thing I've actually thought about buying recently. So I thought about buying, I've seen it before. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I think it's called like, basically a figure, a posing figure. But there's one of them that kind of caught my eye. Because it's like, I'll be honest, I really only care about drawing women. And it's an actual girl one. So I'm like, okay, that like actually suits what I care about drawing. So I'm like, well, that actually suits what I care about drawing. So I've thought about buying, I think it was like Anime Chan or something like that. It was just a posing figure. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they're called. I'll be totally honest. But I've thought about getting one of them. But then again, I'm like, if I can just play around with poses like this and figure them out most of the time, honestly, I'm pretty stoked about that. Okay, so I know the clothing is going to fold on this edge, but I don't exactly know how. So we're going to move back on. Like, so folds out like this. I've kind of got a pattern that I follow for them. I kind of got a pattern I follow for them. And I play around with it a little bit every time. But I eventually get it. But I eventually get it. I also don't know if I want this line in here. So I see some artworks where they have this line in here. The line that represents the difference in plane from where the boobs come over to when they then fold back in. I see that on some artworks, and I don't know if I don't know when I need to use that. Like, we have our hard surfaces here. Alright, we got our hard surfaces right in here, but then the rest of this kind of softens out a little bit due to that just being the nature of how shirts work. I know. I'm not gonna lie, clothes still give me a problem. Like, I think I figured out the shawl. Like, the shawl, I think I figured it out, how I like to do it. I think I figured out how I like to do the shawl. Because I've drawn it, and it's not, it doesn't change. Should it change? Maybe. I'll be honest, maybe it should. I don't know. But it always follows a very same structure. And I figured it out over time. However, just this baggy shirt, I've not been able to figure it out yet. But I'm still happy. We figured out the shawl. We figured out how the shawl works. And for now, that's good enough for me, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. That's enough for me. I'm really happy with how, like, even since we started doing the road to being a good artist, I've been holding myself more accountable, and I've thought about streaming every day. So I thought about streaming every day, and man, I don't know. Like, on one hand, I want to, but on the other hand, I feel like I might get burnt out super easy, and I worry about it. I worry about that. But at the same time, that holds me extra accountable. Because, like, right now, do I do art practice every day? Basically. Basically. But there are days that I do skip. Like, whenever I go and have D&D with friends, yeah, that's a day that I skip doing art. And then there's times when I have class, so I have to skip doing art sometimes. But if I would then stream every day, that would hold me more accountable. This is hard, because okay, so here's what I'm thinking. My mind tells me I want a line right in here. But the thing is that with how this leg is framed, we have, it goes up and the creases start in here. Maybe something like that. Like, I feel like there needs to be some kind of division here, and that might be a shading thing. That might not be a line art thing. So I'll have to keep that in mind for later, because I don't know the answer to it yet. I don't know the answer to that yet. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that yet, so I'm going to have to try to do a little bit of research and find that out. But, nonetheless, okay, and then this is going to go back up, back here. Alright, yeah, that's looking good. And we give it a little bit of shape. And we give the little bit of pudge around the sides. Because now that I'm starting to get comfortable with this, I'm starting to, like, I knew I always kind of needed to do a little bit of a pudge here, but I never did, because I haven't felt comfortable. But now, I'm, like, this might be bad. I'm feeling quite comfortable at the moment. Like, I feel, I need to just start. Alright, I'm pretty fine at anatomy, I think. But man, I feel extra confident today. Because I spent even time when I wasn't doing art digitally. So, those of you that don't know, I started doing art beginning of this year was like when I started. Let's take a drink of water. So the beginning of this year is when I kind of started. But I didn't really start until like September, August. I think August. I think August is when I bought CSP, so I think that's when I like started. Because I didn't take it really very seriously before that. But I think August is when I really started to be like, hey, you know, I like this. I want to get better at it. And then recently it started becoming worse. I've been like, oh yeah, I really want to get good at this. Which is kind of scary. It's a little bit scary, but I'm really happy about it at the same time. But I'm really happy about it at the same time. But anyway, so like for the first while, I was basically only doing anatomy because I could, man, I've dug up some of my old drawings from back then. From before I started drawing digitally, just at the beginning of the year, and I look at them, I'm like, this is garbage. It's garbage. But I keep them, which there's a reason behind that. I'll get into in probably a few years. I'll get into that in a few years. But I've kept basically all of my artworks, which I'm kind of happy with. Because now I can sit and look at them, and then whenever I'm dissing my art, I'm like, oh, this art piece looks like trash, this looks like trash, this looks like trash. then I can just pull out my old artwork and be like, ah, no. This is actually really fucking good. This needs to be more angled. Then I can look at my art and be like, no, this is actually really fucking good. Alright, so then we can loop this and do that. And I don't like how that looks, to be honest. Try again. Maybe. Maybe I might have not done the original angle the best. If I make this a little bit steeper. And then I do this, and I'm not really liking this either. I'm not really liking that either. What about that? What if I curve it? That's probably the solution. That's probably the solution because it maps to the body right. Because we're only seeing about half the top of it. Okay. Then if we do that. Alright, that's actually... how do I... No. Alright, we're working on this. So, the leg's gonna curve something like that. I kind of screwed that up. That fixes it. A lot of it. Wow. Okay. We are slowly working on fixing this. So this part is longer. I think the ending part is not the problem, even though it's the result of the problem, which is why it looks bad and wonky. Okay, I'm thinking that looks better. We're going to make this just a tad bit wider here at the top. How's that look? How's that looking? I think that's looking pretty sharp. I think that's looking pretty good, I'll be honest. Alright, yeah, we're like figuring it out. Yeah, we're figuring it out, guys. I mean, man, I'm super happy. I'm not the greatest, but the fact that I'm able to make small little victories like this and figure out what's wrong with it, why isn't this looking the way it should, and I'm able to just suss it out and find out. This sounds like low standards, and it is. It's a dream come true. It's a dream come true. Like, it's an absolute dream come true. So, I watch, as most newbie artists do. I watch a lot of different artists trying to pick up their tips and tricks and how they do things and yada yada yada. And I I for the last few weeks have been really down in the dumps. Yeah, I've been really down in the dumps about art the last few weeks. I was like, no, I don't like it. This person does it so much better. Why am I still doing this? But then I went and I realized I was like, and this sounds like a super super stupid uh epiphany. Epiphany. Because I was like, wait, all these people that I watch do art have been doing art for a lot of them 10 plus years. And then I was like, if I'm at the point I'm at now, and I've been doing it for about one, not even one, really, because yes, I kind of started in January. I didn't start in January. I did one art piece that I copied from a computer screen and transcribed onto paper, which sits above my desk, and I'm super happy about today. Like, I basically did nothing original on that. Oh, hi, Beans! Did you finish the Chainsaw Man? Okay, so I did do the sketch, and I have been watching Chainsaw Man, and I have actually seen Katana Man, and I might redo the sketch. But I did do the sketch. I don't know if I'm going to continue to work on it, because it's not something that's in my comfort zone at all. And I've also got distracted by other projects because, So, I know I said I was going to post that, but I forgot. I can do that right now. I can do that right now, probably. I don't know if I have a JPEG of it. Okay, why does this never work? Alright, let's go to my art tab. My art. Okay. If I have a JPEG, I'll go ahead and post it. I don't know if I have a JPEG of that file yet. I don't know if I created one. I doubt it. There's this deep feeling that I didn't. Oh, no, I did make a JPEG. I did make a JPEG of it. Here. Boom. But like I said, it's not... Okay. It's not something that's in my comfort zone, and playing with perspective with swords, episode 9 came out today. I know, and I haven't seen it yet. I know, I watched episode 8, was it Monday or Saturday? I think it was Saturday I watched episode 8. And I was like, oh. That went, a very different direction very quickly. Well, it went a lot of different directions very quickly. But here's what I've been working on today. And I'm liking it for the most part. I'm kind of this section in here is what I'm least proud of, and I'll probably figure out how to fix it eventually. But I was actually just talking to myself, or anyone else that's here. I've been really feeling it lately. So I've actually gotten in a quite good mood in terms of art lately, because for the last... We'll play around with your Katana Man drawing. Yeah, by all means. Yeah, by all means. It's not the greatest. I'll be honest on that one. If you look at everything I've posted, it's obvious what I like drawing. It's that I like drawing women. Nope. It's that I like drawing just women. So, drawing a man is pretty outside my comfort zone. Which, I'll be honest, I don't know how much you are into Twitch. But I've been wrestling with myself because, how do I put this? So, my 9 to 5 is I do marketing. Okay, I do social media marketing specifically and community management, which is partially why I got into Twitch. Because I was like, you know what? I do this stuff as a job. I can, I don't know, try Twitch. Because I think it would be fun and it would teach me a few things. And I've learned a little bit more about like using Twitter and using Discord, which I don't actually get in any of my, which I don't get in my daily job. Well, I didn't used to. Then my job hired me on to do community management for their Discord. So that's actually really interesting. But I don't remember where I was going with this, but I do social media marketing as a 9 to 5, but because I work in that role, uh, my face has been plastered everywhere, and I shouldn't, but I worry that if I put my face out there a lot, then people are going to find me and just know who I am, and it's just odd for people on the internet to know who I am. So I thought about creating a VTuber avatar, or if nothing else, just a PNG. And I've thought about doing that. I'll be honest. And I've sketched the idea quite a few times, but it's never came to fruition. But I'm working on a chibi model, and it's also just a sketch idea. It will probably never come to fruition, but that's just a little bit that I might be working on more in the future. And I shouldn't be that worried about it. I should just be like, you know what? Just put a face cam on. It'll be all good. And I might do that. I've been wrestling with that idea for a while now. I think that strap looks nice. Anyway, as I was, I don't know if I mentioned my epiphany earlier. So I had an epiphany this week because part of this was partially set in whenever I did the Chainsaw Man drawing. Because it was so far out of my comfort zone, I felt like I couldn't do a good job on it. And I was getting really discouraged. And I was like, well, this artist that I follow just does it so much better than me. But then I was like, you know what? This is a bad mentality to be having. And I decided to start searching. And I was like, so I searched up a bunch of artists that I follow. And I was like, how long have they been doing art? And most of them have been doing art for like 10 plus years. And I've only been doing art for digitally and actually trying. I've only been doing it for like 5 months. Like I started at the beginning of the year technically, but 5 months is all I've like actually put work in. And then I was like, it kind of dawned on me. I was like, who? Okay. Another thing about me is I work out. I was like, I could not work out doing what I do currently whenever I first started. Like, it's taken me. How do I. I think that one's just out of perspective. Probably not, but. But it's taken me 3 years to get to the point where I'm at with working out, where I would honestly consider myself quite built. And I was doing the same thing with artists. Like, I was comparing myself, who had been doing it for like 5 months, to artists who's been doing it for 10 plus years. And then I was like, it dawned on me. I was like, man, considering I've only been doing it for 5 months, and the skills that I have obtained over them 5 months, and the progress I have made, because okay, before I started doing digitally, I did do traditional art, and I just drew on paper. And I did that for honestly a while. Like I did that from like March to about May, maybe earlier. I think February probably I started. I dug out some of my old anatomy drawings because one thing I focused on a lot was anatomy, because I could not draw people to save my life. Like drawing people, horrible. Hated it. Could not do it in the slightest. So I focused on anatomy for 3 months ish. And then I was like, wait a second. Because I did some anatomy today. Throughout the middle of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm drawing. Because I had a little bit of free time. Speaking of the social media marketing, I got posts I have to make by tomorrow. But it's fine. I can get them done. But I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm drawing. So I just went and started drawing. And I started just sketching out some anatomy. Oh, I have it. I might actually have it here somewhere. Here. I'm really impressed by it. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Once it opens. Yeah, I was working on this. And I was extremely, extremely happy with how this came out. So, I didn't really have a reference. I did follow a guide, though. I watched Mikey Mega Mega, because I've watched so many of his guides. But this was the single guide that I used to work on whenever I started and I was doing traditional and everything. And I drew it today. Exact same guide, exact same model, exact same pose and everything. And like this hand over here, it's scuffed. It needs to be bigger, but that's minor details. But then I dug out some of my old anatomy drawings from the beginning of the year, whenever I actually kind of started playing around with art and trying to learn it. And I was like, my gosh, have I improved. So, my outlook on art, I've decided to be a lot less negative about my art. And this is going to sound really fucking stupid. This is going to sound really stupid. But I'm having kind of an epiphany because everyone who I follow that's been doing art has been doing it for 10 years. Basically, at least. And that's amazing whenever you think about it. Like, they've put that much time and dedication, but I'm able to scratch the surface of what they know in 5 months. And I just, like I said, I dug out my old work stuff, my old drawing stuff from the closer to the beginning of the year. And I was like, my art has changed and improved so much over this few months that I've been drawing. And it just dawned on me. I was like, my art has improved greatly. And I've been just way too hard on myself for it all. So, I don't know if you've ever had that problem, but if you have, try to take that into account. Like, it's hard, I know, but truthfully, like, other people have been doing art for so long. Like, one person I follow has been doing it for 30 years-ish. And that guy is absolutely insane. But I kept comparing myself to all of them. So I don't know if that helps you in the slightest, but if it does, I'm glad. Because if one person can learn from any of my mistakes that I've committed, any of the many mistakes I've committed, let that be one that I hope gets across. Because I haven't drawn the suspenders yet. Oops. Because I definitely feel a lot better today, and I feel really good about this artwork. Like, it happened basically right before you had joined, Beans. I was drawing, and I managed to suss out a problem. So, like, this area, I just could not get myself to like it, and I might change it just slightly. This is a bad example, but I'm changing it just so slightly because I think that that will make it look better. And I think it genuinely looks better now. But I'm able to actually find what in my art I don't like and do something about it. And that's something I couldn't do before. Like, I've genuinely grown as an artist, even, as bad as it sounds, even since I started this series, even though it's on technically day 5. I've thought about streaming it every day, but the problem is like last time I streamed multiple days in a row, I absolutely cooked my voice to the point where my voice was completely hoarse. And it was hard to talk. And that's not a good idea if you're streaming and talking for multiple hours, and on top of that, your job is a very communicative job, so you're constantly talking to co-workers or talking to clients to get them to understand why you're creating the posts that you are and stuff. And I was like, okay, well we should take it easy. So I thought about streaming every day, but at the same time I'm worried about my voice giving in, because like last time I streamed like 3 days in a row, I think it was, because I think I did a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't remember. I just completely just cut my voice and it just was horrible. And then I went and I streamed that Saturday, something like that, when I really shouldn't have. But honestly, that was partially dehydration. Like I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't drinking enough water due to just me forgetting, honestly. Honestly, I was just forgetting to drink water, which was not a great idea. Which is part of that problem. So I want to start trying to do the Road to Being a Good Artist every day and just make that a semi-regular thing. And then I do want to play games most Thursdays, which I haven't actually published my schedule for this week, so I should probably get on that. I should probably get on that on Twitter, but I'm not that worried about it, and I'm quite lazy. What was I talking about? Yeah. I want to do art and stream it every day. I do art every day, but I kind of want to stream it every day, or stream some of it at least, because I think it's fun streaming. Like, I go and I have people like you, Beans, that tune in, or anyone else that tunes in, and most of the time it's a good experience, because, like, it's a super small community. If you send a message, as long as I see it, it's kind of one-on-one. It's kind of just one-on-one communication. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. I'm sitting here just trying to do art. Yeah, I'm just sitting here just trying to do art, talking my way through it, talking to whoever's here. And I genuinely enjoy it. Like, I like talking to essentially myself, but everyone else too. It's genuinely interesting to me, because the person I am now is not the person I was, oh my gosh, not even a year ago, not even like especially not in high school. My gosh, high school me is not who I am anywhere now, because I'm a university student. I go to a local university and I've been fortunate enough to get a job before I've even graduated working in my professional field. So I'm not the greatest at it, but I'm doing really well. But part of all that has just led me here, because like in high school, I was the kid I didn't want anyone to remember me. I was super quiet. I didn't talk to anyone. No one talked to me because no one cared, frankly, because I never gave them a reason to. And then now I'm sitting here streaming. I'm like, everything here is me. Like, my viewers cannot create entertainment themselves. If they would, they'd go and do that. But everyone instead is coming here. And like I have people tune in occasionally, and it's really interesting because whenever they're here to see who I am, what I'm doing, and just be entertained. And I was definitely not that person. Even a year ago, really. As bad as that sounds very suck-uppy and everything. But even a year ago, I wasn't. I wasn't the person I am now. And so streaming has just been a very interesting thing that I've gotten into. Even if I do use the guise of, oh yeah, I'm doing it because it helps me learn how to do work better. Because I'm learning an entirely different avenue of social media creation. Still, even then. Which that's the front of why I do it. Like, that's why I tell my family and my friends why I stream. Because I'm like, oh yeah, it helps me. Oh, also make sure to stretch. I just popped my back and it hurt because I hadn't done it in too long. But that's why I tell my friends and family why I do it. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You're just doing a little bit of kind of on your own teaching. But that's not really why. I do this because I genuinely just have fun with this. I enjoy making content, I guess. Like, I always wanted to make some sort of content that someone enjoyed. And I guess when I was in high school, I practiced creating like really, really shitty YouTube video. Are you kidding me? My battery was at full right before stream, so I unplugged my computer. And it's almost dead. Okay. Computer's plugged in. Crises averted. But I technically messed with creating really, really shitty YouTube videos, which they've all been nuked now. So if you want to go to my YouTube, they're not there anymore because. So one of my friends, that is not the right brush. So one of my friends, he's a good guy, but man, he'll joke on you so much. Which he actually pops in every once in a while. His name's No One. He pops in every once in a while. But I told him about me streaming and everything, and so he ended up searching me up on YouTube. And he ended up finding all of my old videos from when I was in like high school, and I was doing that, and they were just so horrible. And he started sending them to me, and I was like, stop, please. I don't want to ever see this ever again. It's like, why? You created it. And I'm like, no. That was old me. And I don't want to ever think of it again. It was, I was like, I just don't ever want to think of it again. And he kept doing it, so I ended up removing them all. So they're no longer anywhere. They're gone. They're gone to oblivion. Like, he might have downloaded a copy or two, but not all of them. So I did technically do some content creation in high school in that aspect, but I mean, what high schooler doesn't want to just play video games and make that content and make money off of it and do that as a job? Like, I think we all end up doing that. I think we all have that phase of like, what if I could just not work? What? Don't use my channel to... Yeah, I was gonna say, don't use my channel to Promote your own shit. Yeah, it's my first bot. Okay, so if I had anything that worked, if I had my channel dashboard, I would have my first ban. Man, I don't know how to ban people. Yeah, I don't know how to ban them. Mod view. That might be how. Okay, I might have figured it out. Okay, why is... Okay. So, Beans, have I told you that my... How do I... Have I told you that my... Channel dashboard's broke? How do I do this stuff? Flap cheeks, restream bot, level 2, I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. But yeah, so normally I just do it in there, and that makes sense to me. I don't... You said that on your first stream. Yeah. It's still broke. I don't know why, but it's still broke. How do I don't know how to do it. Turn on shield mode, highlight. Ah, there we go. Boom, he's gone. There we go. First ban of the account. Ta-da! What? Why? Honestly, why? Why come into... I'm sitting here talking that I just have a good time just sitting here, streaming, enjoying myself, and then you come in here and just say, oh, hey, I'll promote your channel, go here, and yada, yada, yada. No. I don't care who you are. That's not acceptable. Oh yeah, when I stream, I also get bots. Beans, you stream? How long have you been streaming? How long have you been streaming? Rarely? Huh. Okay. I didn't know that. Like every 6 months. You Ah. If you... Okay. I usually play roguelikes. Oh, I've played some roguelites. I've not played a lot of roguelites, but I've played roguelites. No, the funny thing is I've been streaming for 3 months-ish. So I started with Starbound. And that was what I was streaming for about 2 months. And then really only in the last month and a half have I started to be like, oh yeah, I just want to do art. Because I like art. But I still reserve Thursdays for game streaming. But that is the first bot I've ever had. Yeah, that is the first bot I've ever had. So, fun little milestone right there. Yeah, just a fun little milestone right there. But yeah, if you like streaming, you should stream. Like like I was saying before, circling the entire conversation back around after it got derailed. I like streaming. I do it. It's a fun little hobby. And even if it is kind of odd for me and it doesn't seem like something that I would have done, it's a fun hobby. Just like art. Like, okay. So if I'm going to talk about my family a little bit, which I try not to do, but it'll be alright. So my sister was actually the artist of the family. She was always the one that was into art. I was just kind of like, I was never the one who really cared about it. Okay, I want to compliment myself. So I wasn't even thinking, and I added this little edge up here, and that made it a lot better. And I wasn't even thinking about it. That's further proof of like how far I've like came. But what was I saying? Yeah, my sister was the artist of the family, and I was just always like, art is a thing. And then now that I've got older, and like older is used very loosely because, like I said, I'm still in university, so because I'm still in university, so I don't even really count that as older, if that makes sense. Man, okay, so ModView is nice, and I'm probably going to use it from now on, ever since my dashboard stopped working. And yeah, this is like cool. I've gotten distracted again. I've gotten distracted by the ModView. Because I looked over, and I was like, that's not how stuff looks. And it's distracting me because of it. Yeah, my sister was the artist of the family, and I was always just like, art is a thing. And then now, as I've gotten older, art's becoming a hobby. Where I'm just like, yeah, I can play games, and yeah, I can create things in games. Like, some of my favorite games is Terraria, Minecraft, 7 Days to Die. I played Valheim when it came out, so I like creating games. I like games that allow me to just create things. And I like them a lot. Yeah, I like them a lot. Oh my gosh. I've put an ungodly amount of time into Minecraft. I'm not even, like, I'm scared. I'm sad to admit it, but I'm also not. Like, I've played Minecraft ever since, like, the alpha, basically. Like, I've played it for its entire lifespan, and I'll go and once a year I'll be like, okay, I want to go beat the game, and I'll just go and play through Minecraft about once a year. And so I really like creative games like that. But even then, like lately, I've been just like, I just want to do art. Like today, so I kind of put off a little bit of work today. Shouldn't have probably, but it's the end of the school semester. The semester's winding down. So I don't have as much schoolwork. So I was like, I can put off my work for a little bit. It's not due till tomorrow. So I was playing some Elite Dangerous, which, if you don't know what that is, basically it's a space flight simulator where you're just a spaceman flying through space and you do things. So I was doing things on there. I was grinding out materials. And then I don't know, I was just feeling odd and feeling empty, and I was like, I don't want to play Elite Dangerous at the moment. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna go do art. So even though I was playing a game and I was enjoying myself, I just completely dropped it just to go upstairs and draw. So drawing has actually, it's been growing on me a lot. It's been growing on me a lot lately, and I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying my stay doing art. Like it's a hobby I'm definitely glad I picked up. Because another little fun fact about me. So whenever I was looking at getting into art, I gave myself an option. I was like, you can either play piano because playing piano is neat, or you can play art. You okay? You can't play art. You can do art. You can learn art. You can draw. Um, um, all right. I can't speak. I swear. I'm sorry. That's got me all thrown off now. It's threw the Emperor off his groove. All right. So I was either like, you could play art. I said it again. You could. You can either do art or you can learn to play the piano. And I was like, piano has too many keys. I want to do art. So I almost like didn't even start doing art because I've been looking at art for the past, I don't know, 2 years and been like, art is neat. I want to do it. But then I like start it for like a month. And then I'm like, I can't draw good. I can't draw perfectly like the people that I've been watching for 10 years, which takes me straight back to the beginning of this conversation of these people have been drawing for 10 years. But then I would get discouraged and then I would just leave. So I gave myself the option. I was like, you can either do art or you can learn the piano. And after a little bit of deliberation, I was like, okay, we'll do art. Because when I draw art, I can draw women. And as I like to joke with my friends. So, like I said, some of my friends know I do streaming. And actually, more of my friends know now because I went to a friend's house this weekend. I'm going to grab a little bit of water, but I got a wireless headset, so we're good. So I was actually at my friend's this weekend. And I was helping cook. But, so then I was helping cook. And then in the other room, I hear my voice. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? How are they playing my voice from another room? And then I realize, so one of my friends got on the TV and pulled up one of my streams. Because I actually upload all my VODs to YouTube. And he was playing my VOD for everyone. And then I had my hands full in the kitchen helping, because I was helping cook. And I was like, I shouldn't have been as aggravated as I was. But like, I got super embarrassed and I was telling them to turn it off. And then they were all laughing at me. I was like, you bitches. So, I'm still a little bit nervous, like in person, whenever people know that I stream. Like, even if it's just some of my friends. Because, like, they're going to bring it up all the time. They do bring it up all the time. They're like, hey, you've been streaming? Yes. And they poke jokes at it all the time, and it's fun, I guess. Where did this conversation start? I don't even remember how I got on this topic. Like, last thing I remember talking about was art, and people have been doing art for like 10 years. And then somehow I got onto my friends playing one of my streams on their TV for everyone to see. Don't know how I got that far off the topic list, but I did. Alright. Oops. Alright, we're gonna tighten that. I think a lot of these lines are starting to look pretty good. Don't know what I did here, but I want to fix it. I'm a little bit surprised we didn't get more bots after we banned the first. But I'm guessing whatever the bot account was understood that I'm not interested in services. Yeah. I guess I figured out I'm not really that interested in them services. So if I wanted to pay for marketing, I would do it myself because I'm a professional at it. Gosh, that's weird to say. I'm a professional at marketing. Have you played Dark Souls? Technically, no. I have played Dark Souls-like games. So, what was it called? Remnant from the Ashes? Basically, Dark Souls, but guns. It was Dark Souls, but guns. But, I'll be honest, Like Dark Souls is quite hard, and I'm frankly I don't think that good at it. Hollow Knight. I've heard good things about Hollow Knight, but it's one of the same things. Like I know it's good, but I also think it's kind of hard, and I haven't tried it. But I have kind of looked into Hollow Knight. I thought about playing it. Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a roguelite from what I understand, and I have not. I really don't know much about Dead Cells though, I'll be honest. I don't know much about Dead Cells. Is there any other games you wanna know? Know whether I played or not? Like, I'll keep them in mind because Colt Canyon. I have not even a clue what that one is. Because I am kind of looking for games to keep playing on Thursdays. Because, like I said, I do Thursday game streams. Samurai Shampoo. Okay, I feel like you're just getting more and more obscure with these. Samurai Shampoo, I have not a clue what that is. I'll be totally honest, I have not a clue what that is. I have not a clue what Samurai Shampoo is. That one's honestly kind of got me interested just on the name, though. Like, all I can think of is, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix the belt issue here, but I don't know exactly how I do that. All I can imagine is just a samurai just with shampoo in his hair. Yeah, that's all I can imagine with that one. Samurai Shampoo. Have you played Nostalgia? I have not a clue what that is either, so no. It means if you have... Okay, if you're... Actually, I don't know if you're just asking or if you're suggesting, but if you have any stream game suggestions, if that makes sense. Eldest Souls. Is that just a Dark Souls game? I don't know. So no. If you do have any game suggestions, you can just pop them in the Discord. You can pop them in the Discord because, like I said, I'm going to try to keep doing the Thursday night game night is where we play games, and the rest of the nights are probably art nights. It's a game based off of Dark Souls. I have not. Is it like just a parody Dark Souls game where they're just poking fun at Dark Souls? Or I don't know. Or something like that. No, it's a serious game. Is it like Dark Souls but harder? Hmm. Okay. That's okay. What I hold on, I gotta take a drink. Alright. Yeah, I've not played either of them games. Alright, we can fix this. I've not played Nostalgia or Eldest Souls. How do I fix this? Impart to me the wisdom of old. Wizard of Legend. No, I can't say I have. I can't say I've played Wizard of Legend either. How do I fix this? Do I just make it shorter? I'm debating whether I just make this shorter or not. Like, here, we'll flip the canvas. It's going out too much. I think that might be what it is. I think that might be what it is. I think it's going out too much. I think we need to go more straight down. Don't worry. Don't look at what I'm doing. I'm just casually just using the benefits of digital to fix the mistake that I don't want to redraw to fix it. Anyway, most of the games I listed are either Souls, Roguelite, or Bullet Hell. Okay. Yeah, so I know Dark Souls is obviously a Souls game. Hollow Knight is a Bullet Hell game. I've played a few of them. Dead Cells, I know that's a roguelite. Colt Canyon, not a clue. Samurai Shampoo, all I can imagine is just a samurai just running around with shampoo in his hair. Nostalgia, no clue. Out of Souls, no clue. I'm not the great. Don't worry. The thud was just me casually throwing my pen by accident. Oops. I was trying to spin it in my hand, and I'm like, no, this is not a pencil. It is way too heavy. It's way too heavy and odd. So I've played a few Bullet Hell games. I'm trying to think of it. There's one I feel like I've played a lot, but I can't remember it. I feel like I've played it a lot, but I can't remember what it is. But I feel like there's a Bullet Hell game I've played. I played it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I can't remember the name, so it doesn't exist. Alright, I'm gonna continue to work this part. Alright, if I just do that, I think that fixes it. There we go! That, I think fixed it. Ish. Because I'm liking that better. Now if I flip it back. Yeah, that's looking better. Anyway, Bullet Hell. I feel like I've played one. Can't remember what it is. I might have to look in my Steam library and maybe I'll remember. I've been interested in playing Hollow Knight because I've heard that, it's fine gameplay, but it's also got a really great story attached to it. Although I don't understand how Hollow Knight has a story, I'll be honest. It's probably just in dialogue things that you find. Which is still fine. I'm just from what I understand, Hollow Knight, it's just an open world, so it's like what you find of the story is what you get of it. So a lot of it would probably remain hidden from me because I wouldn't find it. Then Souls games, I've played a few. I played Remnant from the Ashes, which is Dark Souls with guns. Then there's another one I feel like I've played a few. But I'll be honest, it's just a little too hard. I don't want to sound just complete lazy or anything, but I'm not the greatest. And I don't have a whole lot of time spending to just be like, oh, this one boss is giving me trouble. This one boss is giving me trouble. I'm going to spend 3 hours just to defeat this one boss and get aggravated at it 9 times. I don't find that to be the funnest all the time. So I worry about myself playing Souls games. And either Souls, Roguelite, or Bullet Hell. I've played a few roguelites. I can't think of any names right off the bat. I think Slay the Spire is a roguelite. Is ROTMG a roguelite? Is Realm of the Mad God a roguelite? Do you have any idea? I don't remember. So a roguelite is where you enter a dungeon and you start with nothing, but you build a character, basically. From what I understand. I got the genre there, right? I'll be honest, I typically enjoy playing survival games. I like playing survival games. I say that, and then, like I said earlier, I was playing. I'm not liking how this hand's looking. I might do the hand off camera, because I genuinely don't know how to do it on camera. What was I thinking? Yeah, I normally like playing a lot of survival games. So, one I really liked was The Long Dark. So basically what The Long Dark is you are stranded in, where are you stranded? Kind of Alaska. It's not Alaska, but it's kind of Alaska. Or something like that. I don't remember the actual story. Never really cared for it. I just played the open world survival. But you had to, basically the world is perpetually getting colder. And the longest you can go for is 500 days. And then after that, the game just ends, I think. Dark Souls, Elder Souls, Nostalgia, and Thymesia? I'm guessing Amnesia. Souls like Dead Cells, Wizard of Legend, Cult Legend, Samurai Shampoo, and Blasphemous, Roguelite, Cold Canyon, Tohuru, Samurai Shampoo, Elder Souls is Bullet Hell. Okay. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna copy this. And I'm going to shove it into the Discord. And I will do a little bit of research later. There. We'll shove that into the Discord, and then I'll hopefully not forget about it. And then I'll be able to do a little bit of research and find out if I want to stream any of it. And I'll be able to find out if I want to stream any of it. Because I feel like I can't be entertaining if I'm not entertained myself. So, which I've gotten a little bit better at, because whenever you're doing art, it's literally, as someone else said, it's just chatting, but with doodles. So I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at it because of that. Because with nothing else, I can just keep talking. I can talk to myself for, the cheapest one is probably Samurai Shampoo, since it's free on stream. Oh, I like free. I like free. This head's just a head. I'm not gonna do much detail to it. But Tohru. Tohru. That sounds familiar. That game sounds familiar. I might have played that one. Touhru. I apparently spelled that wrong, because I got the Tohu. Okay, Touhou. Okay, because I got the dragon from... Okay. I don't know if I've played it, but I'm definitely familiar with it. Anyway, I searched up Tohru. The dragon from Kobayashi-san Chino Dragon Maid. And I was like, that ain't right. That ain't right. I don't know what she's doing here, but that's not a game. I crack myself up sometimes. The most expensive on the list are Thymesia, since it's new, $60, and the Dark Souls trilogy of $20 per game. Yeah. Yeah. I still don't know if I want that. So I did kind of realize earlier that I still haven't put the suspenders in on QT, which was oops. And then I forgot about it, and I just remembered, So we're going to go do that now. Yep, we're going to go do that now. Yeah, I'll search them up, because I'll be honest, right now, I think it would be cool if I could do like a Dark Souls, because not only could I stream it, I could probably edit it into a video and shove that on YouTube, which would then garner extra views, which would get people to the channel. But at the same time, I don't see what I would like to do is be able to claim it under capital gains, because then I don't have to pay taxes on that money. And getting out of taxes is nice. And I would like to do that. However, I don't know if I'm able to do that now. But I also gotta keep in mind that, like I was saying earlier, I feel like the easiest way to entertain is to be entertained. So, if I'm not having a fun time, like let's say I'm playing a Souls game, if I'm not having a fun time and I'm getting aggravated at it, it's gonna come through in the stream. So I'm just really worried about playing a Souls-like, or a Souls-like on stream, because I feel like I get worried by it. I get worried that I'll just get aggravated, and then I won't have a great time, and then I'll make it a bad time for everyone else. And I don't want to do that in the slightest. Yeah, I don't want to do that in the slightest. So I just worry about playing like a Souls-like. I might try it. Like honestly, I really won't know until I do it. But I've gotten better. Like currently, most of the time, I feel like I can keep talking and just keep talking and keep talking and keep talking, to where it's alright. Like even if I'm doing nothing, which is what art is, like there's nothing interesting hardly going on my screen. Okay, let's all be honest here. There's nothing really interesting going on my screen. All the content is basically just coming from me talking. Most of the content of this stream is just me talking. And some people might like that, some people might not. Who knows? But that's a lot of what art is. So I feel like I've gotten, honestly, a little bit better at doing art these past, not even doing art. I just confused the crap out of myself. I feel like I've gotten better at being a broadcaster since I've been doing art. Because, like, I'm able to just talk. A little bit better now. Like, there are days, like, I have days when, yeah, it's a lot less. I don't communicate as much as I should. And I kind of make it a little bit of a boring experience, and I'm sorry for that. Like, when that happens, I'm just going to apologize now, because I don't always realize when I do that. Then I just start going, yep, okay, I think that's good, yep. And I just start doing that over and over and over. But I feel like I do that sometimes, and I hate it when I do that, because after I realize I've been doing that, then I'm like, oh, well, that was... If I did have anyone watching, they wouldn't be here now. Because I know I really wouldn't watch during that. We'll just be completely honest. I wouldn't watch something like that, so I don't expect anyone else to. So if they tune out, that's entirely on me. Yeah, so if they tune out, that's entirely on me. But by doing art, I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at broadcaster, so I might be alright. I might be alright to play what games do you play? What games do I play? Okay, so right now... Okay. Right now, what I'm playing is... I play old school RuneScape, because I'm able to just play it kind of passively on the side. So like even when I'm at work and whatever, I'm playing it AFKing like wood, just clicking every 5 minutes on like wood cutting or mining or whatever else. Then I'm playing Elite Dangerous at the moment, which is just a space game. It's a space simulator where I'm just flying around space, and I just play that. There's not really much interesting with it. Like there's a Thargoid invasion where basically all of humanity is being killed at the moment, but I'm not at a point where I can help with that. Once I get to that point, I might stream it sometime because I think Elite Dangerous is genuinely fun and I enjoy it. Then I play League, but I only play League with friends, so I wouldn't do it on stream. I wouldn't do League on stream because I just play it with friends, just having fun. Then that's about all I'm playing at the moment. Beat Moonlord in Terraria? Yeah. Yeah, I did. A lot. I used to play Terraria a lot. Then what I have played is I have several hundred hours in Terraria. I have several thousand hours into Minecraft, both modded and unmodded. A lot in unmodded, I'll be honest. I've played unmodded a lot more than modded. So in terms of modded, I've actually only been playing for not a lot. I've mostly played just vanilla Minecraft, just having fun in vanilla. Because for the longest time, mods were pretty inaccessible. But recently with CurseForge, it's gotten easy. Osu. I have not. I've heard good things about it though. I have a friend who's played Osu. Yeah, the rhythm game? No, no, I'm thinking of a different one. Yeah, the rhythm game. I haven't played it. I don't really know anyone that's played it, and I apologize for that. So I don't really know much about it other than it's a rhythm game. I think, doesn't Artist? I'm ranked just under 180k. Like worldwide? That's probably pretty good. That's probably pretty good. From the outside. I don't know. I think a lot of artists use that to get better, specifically digital artists. They use it to get better at their pen precision. I think a lot of artists do that. I could be wrong in that aspect though. Ah, oops. Yeah, I think a lot of artists do that. I could be wrong in that aspect. Like I could be deeply, deeply wrong, and it wouldn't surprise me. I've been 19.3 million people play Osu. Yeah, that sounds pretty good then. 180k. Wow. Okay. That's 19.3 million and you're 180k. That's pretty good. Whenever you said Osu, isn't there like a dog game that's something called like Osu? Because that's where my mind went. Yeah, I feel like there's a. Ah, don't worry about it. I'm probably very, very, very wrong in this. But I feel like there was some kind of Fox game or Fox something that was named Osu. I very well probably am wrong. I very well probably am wrong there, so don't worry about it. How's that look? How's that look? Ori. That's it! Ori. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Let me search it up and I'll confirm. Okay. Ori? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Probably. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Something like that. I don't know. I still very well could be wrong. But thank you. Like, thank you. Like, I have impartial knowledge on many things. It's almost scary. But it's also really funny because I'm like, I genuinely don't know what it is. So I start talking about it and I think I know what I'm talking about. When little do I know. Are you thinking of a platform? I'm gonna be honest here, Beans. I, I don't know. But I feel like there was some kind of a game that involved a dog. That was something like Osu that I think I saw one of my friends playing once on their Switch. I dude, I'll be honest here. I really don't know. I really don't know. It's gonna be how does? Yeah, yeah, it's Ori. Okay. Okay. Yeah, like I'll be honest. I don't know. Like I have a bad habit of thinking I know what I'm talking about, so I start talking, and then people realize I have no clue what I'm talking about before I realize I have no clue. It's the only game with a dog that starts with an O and three letters. Alright, well, seems like it's case closed. Thanks, Beans. Case closed. Detective Beans was on it. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, it's probably. I haven't played the game, but one of my friends played it. Yeah, I sadly don't play many games. Like, frankly, I don't really have time. I didn't like the art style though. That's understandable. It's a very was a Japanese art style. It's all right. Like I can dig it, but it's okay. I can dig it, but it's all right. It's okay. Since I was into Hollow Knight then. Yeah. I do know a good bit about Hollow Knight though. Like I actually understand the gameplay of Hollow Knight because okay, this might sound really stupid and it probably is. Let's hear the Hollow Knight lore. I have no clue about the lore. There's a beetle. He runs through. He kills everything, and then he either like becomes God, or he kills God, or the sun, or something like that. That's Hollow Knight, from my understanding. But this is gonna sound. But the only reason I even really know that stuff, he kills a god who is the sun. Okay, there we go. Case closed. But the only reason I know anything about Hollow Knight is so I've. This is gonna sound really stupid. I like just speedrunning. I don't care really what game, but I always find it fascinating the idea and concept of speedrunning, even if I will probably never do that because frankly that requires a lot of dedication to a single game and I don't have that kind of attention span or desire. Okay, I'll sit here, I'll doodle, I'll do art for 2 hours a day, every day, for now until the end of my who knows when. But speedrunning takes that just a bit further because they're playing the same game for hours and hours and hours trying to get that perfect time. And I'm always so impressed at it. So I will genuinely just go in whenever I hear that a new Hollow Knight speedrun has been done, I would go and watch it. I have not a clue what's happening. Like he's taking the nail, he's moving enemies, he's hitting the enemies to reset his jump and firing that little spell ball to reset his jump and slow his fall and all these other things. And I'm like, that is impressive. I have not a clue what's going on. I'm like, that's impressive. I have not a clue what's going on, but congratulations, sir. Speedrunning is too much for me. Oh yes, I 100% agree. I would never speedrun in my life. But I find the concept to be interesting. I find the concept to be interesting. So I would genuinely just watch Hollow Knight speedruns whenever I hear a new one gets released. When I hear someone beat the old record. I personally did a Dark Souls 1, no glitches, playthrough, and beat the game in under 9 hours. Nice. If we are talking about speedrunning, I actually used to have a pretty respectable Portal 2 glitchless speedrun. I could speedrun Portal 2 in its entirety in an hour and a half ish, which I thought was pretty impressive at the time anyway. I don't know what the Portal speedrun community has done since then. I genuinely have no interest. I beat Portal 2 in 2 days. Nice. Nice. Portal 2 has some unique puzzles. But I started to speedrun it for a bit and I was like, I'm pretty good at this, and then I just stopped. Yeah, then I just stopped. I feel like this side might be going out too much. I don't know. But is that it? No. Is that it? I am really liking how this sketch is turning out. I need to just start doing what am I thinking? I beat Dead Cells in 22 minutes. I have not a clue hardly anything about Dead Cells. The game is short but insanely hard. That seems familiar. So I might have seen a commercial for Dead Cells at one point where what did he do? Like he just kept dying and going back and grabbing a different weapon every single time. But 22 minutes, that is something. Yeah, that's the ad. Okay. Like I said, I have a tendency to just talk about something and think I know actually what I'm talking about, and then it turns out I have not a fucking clue. And it's really funny when I do that, because then I do recommend the game. I'll think about it. I'll look over the games because, Thursday night is game night, and I canceled last week because I just really did not feel up to it on Thursday. Like, I should have, but I just didn't feel up to it. I was extremely tired because the day before, I had a end of semester party with a bunch of my classmates, no alcohol. There was no alcohol, but it was an end of semester party with a bunch of my classmates. And then afterwards, two of my coworkers went and was like, "Hey, we're going to the gym. You want to go?" I was like, "I never turned down an opportunity to go to the gym, but I'm in jeans." And they looked at me and I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I'll be there." So me and them literally went to the gym and was deadlifting right after a party at like 10 o'clock in the evening. And that took a toll on me the next day. I was just fucking So Thursday, it was not a good time last week, but I do want to continue doing the Thursday night game night. Yeah, you told me that. Oh, oops, my bad. I'm sorry. I'll tend to repeat stories. But that's why I ended up canceling last week's game night. Because I just, or just, I didn't really cancel it. I just kind of ended up not doing it. I think I announced it on Twitter, though, that I wasn't doing it. I don't remember. But I do want to keep doing that. Like I was doing the medieval Minecraft. And it's interesting. I actually tried to get a medieval Minecraft server with a friend started. And I thought that that might be neat. But sadly, the old computer that I have that's sitting up here, it can't run the medieval Minecraft server. It kept failing. It kept failing, and no matter what I was doing to it, it just would not run the server. So I was gonna have either a friend server or maybe even just a viewer server. I thought maybe having a viewer server might be fun. Because then if someone joins and they want to join, it could be then an easy opportunity for people to. Anyway, out of all the games I mentioned, probably Samurai Shampoo, Touhou, I don't know how to pronounce that. Dead Cells, Elder Souls are the hardest games on that list. Yeah, Touhou. That makes sense. Touhou. That makes sense. Aren't basically all of them? So you said Samurai Shampoo, Touhou, and Eldest Souls are bullet hells, and then Dead Cells is just the roguelite, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Yes. All right. Because I just don't want to go back to the Discord and check, and we're just talking about it at the moment. Okay. You know, I think this art's starting to look really good. Like, I was just going to go and do sketch today, and then I'm like, almost finished line art. Samurai Shampoo is also a roguelite. So it's a roguelite bullet hell. That's interesting. That's interesting. And Samurai Shampoo, you only get hit three times, and heals are rare. Ah! That's probably not a good game for me, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I am not that good at games. Evidenced by the fact that I play, like, I feel like I need to do something with the belt. Like, it feels just puffy. It doesn't feel hard. You can only get hit 3 times. That's a something. Especially if it's a bullet hell. Yeah, especially if it's bullet hell. Wow. Where was I working on line art? I've completely forgotten. I need to do the belt and pants and shorts and all that. It can use touch up. Yeah, it can use a little bit of touch up in here. Get. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird because whenever I'm just playing games, a lot of times I end up liking playing survival games, such as I've played a lot of Minecraft, played a lot of Terraria, played a good bit of the Long Dark, I think is what that game's called. Yeah, Long Dark. It's just a single player survival, and it's you versus the world basically, and it's hard. But with Dead Cells, you start off with only one heal, no wall climb, teleportation, vine growth, full minimap, and most weapons. Okay, so basically in Dead Cells, you start off with one heal, if I'm understanding that right. Because, like, I'm sorry, I'm not the greatest at phrasing. You gotta buy all that with the cells of enemies you kill. Yes, okay. Okay, just making sure I'm understanding that correctly. Just making sure I understand that correctly. Alright. We're just trying to clean up some of these lines, make them all look nice and pretty. The easiest game I put on that list is probably Colt Canyon. Was Colt Canyon, was that a bullet hell, or was that a roguelite? I got it yesterday and almost beat it. Yeah, so, one thing about playing games on stream, like, yes, do people like watching streamers struggle at playing hard games? Bullet hell, roguelite. Okay. Like, yes, streamers like watching, not streamers, people like watching streamers fail and struggle with a game. But at the same time, like, it's weird, because I don't feel like people would enjoy watching that for a full 2 or 3 hour stream. Which, granted, I don't even normally stream for 2 or 3 hours. Like, we've hit the 2 hour mark today, and we're at 11. Oh my gosh, we are at 11 p.m. That's not good. That's not good. It's alright. I got work tomorrow. We'll be fine. But, like, people do like watching their favorite streamers struggle with a game. But there comes a point. Personally, I have watched full 10 hours Dark Souls stream nonstop. Yeah, so, but at the same time, I wonder how I could keep, if I could keep a stream entertaining, if I'm literally just walking up to something and dying over and over and over and over again, because I'm not that good. Like, I just worry about that. I was actually helping him through 75% of the game until the 75% mark. Yeah, that was, so this was before you joined, but I played Starbound, because, hey, Starbound's a fun game, I played it before, and there was a guy named Zynon, and he would always watch on my Starbound streams, and he was the only person that would tune in, but it didn't matter. I said I was playing Starbound, and there he was every single time. I bet if I would announce that I'm going to do Starbound, he would just be right back and in the chat the entire time. Anyway, got distracted. Oh yeah, I'm like him. Yeah. So, and I didn't know much about the game. And he basically completely taught me Starbound. Again. Oh, that's another game I played, Starbound. Souls, likes, or roguelites. Apparently art too, because you've been here. You've been here and I greatly appreciate it. But I don't know, I worry. I worry if I do play a game like that, if people would find it interesting to watch me just struggle at being able to do a boss or whatever for hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, it's entirely just me being in my own head, but it'd be entirely me being in my own head, and like, I know I could then go and I could edit the stream into a video, and because I somewhat understand videography from a concept. Because, fun fact, for my social media job, it's actually just me working in a marketing firm, and they're needing a videographer. So I'm kind of trying to get myself into that position. So I'm teaching myself basics of videography. So then that would allow me, to then create a video out of the stream, which would then attract more people to the stream. So I don't know. Like, it's all rough, and really I probably should do it. And I'll try it eventually. I can say that. I'll try it eventually. Just a lot of the problem is time at the moment. Because, like, I'll be honest here, I say just the one job. I have 2 jobs. And I bounce between them jobs to put myself through college so I can pay for the marketing degree that I'm getting. Which that's what my jobs are in. Both my jobs are in marketing. I work for a marketing firm, and I work for another company that helps start up businesses, essentially. And which is why I definitely, like, I shouldn't be worried about it, but I worry about my face being out here. Like, I worry if I stream with my face, then people will find me, because I've had my hand in a lot of businesses. Even with the little bit of work I've done, I've had my hand in many businesses, and I have national accreditation to my name, which is it's scary. That's honestly kind of scary. So I don't know. I worry about my face being out there. I'm actually not liking these lines the greatest anymore. We're gonna try to make these just a little bit more curved. So I don't know. What was I talking about? How did I get talking about myself and my face? I shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, there's just a lot of time aspect. Like, time is the biggest enemy. But I worry. I worry about myself being able to make a Souls game interesting. Because if I'm gonna be honest, based on my experience with Starbound, like, I'm just gonna die from fall damage somehow. Like, as stupid as that sounds. Because in Starbound, it didn't matter. Like, I got to the point where enemies just couldn't even touch me. I mean, that's what makes it fun. Yeah, that's true. Like like I said, it's all in my head. Like, I'm sure if I would go and be like, all right, we're playing Dank Souls, it would be fun. Like, we'd laugh at me dying in absolutely stupid ways, and I might even make a rule that if someone follows, I just put my controller down for, like, not even put my controller down. I use a controller. I take my hands off my keyboard for like 10 seconds, and then whatever happens happens, which might inspire people to follow, which might be just lead to absolutely hilarious moments. Because I seen something like that. That Stream Scheme, Sanjay, LJ. I don't remember his name. I don't know his Twitch name. I'll be honest. But that guy, he did something similar, and we're not affiliate yet here. But that might be a fun experience to just go and try. And I could probably do it, but it's all just in my head. Eh. Like exactly what I was saying earlier with how I kind of realize, people that's been doing art have been doing art for a while. Like I get in my head so much, and I shouldn't do it. Because like, I think I'm at least halfway interesting on here. Like, I'm not going to say I'm better than anyone else who's bigger than me, because obviously they have something that people want, and I just haven't found my thing yet, I guess. And people haven't found me, and I'm not doing the greatest job at it. But I need to get out of my own head a little bit, because like I always worry whenever I'm streaming. I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing good. I don't know if anyone's going to tune in, which I'll be honest here, that's kind of why I didn't stream yesterday. Like yesterday, I was really just in my own head more than I should have been. And I decided, I'm just going to take the day off. We're going to calm down. And we'll just hit it Tuesday. Which is why I'm streaming today, even though I normally stream Monday, Thursday, Saturday. So instead, this week, we're going to be doing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Yeah, which normally we do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But it's alright. No, Monday, Thursday, Saturday. I'm slipping myself up here. We're gonna round this out a little bit. So I'm entirely just in my own head too much. Yeah, I'm entirely just in my head too much, and but that's part of it. Part of why I'm doing all of this is to try to build myself up a little bit. Like this sounds weird, but I've not, how do I, there we go. I was having trouble getting the angles correct, and it was not working. But even though I've done a lot of things, like I haven't done many things on my own, if that makes sense. So I started streaming because like this is just something that I can work on. I can go entertain people on here, make a community on here, have great conversations with people like you beans, of people that just want to tune in and have fun. And because of that, I really shouldn't be in my own head, but I just get in my own head. I don't know why I'm talking about this. One thing I've gotten to a bad habit of is whenever I turn on the stream, I kind of just go no filter mode, and just whatever's in my head just ends up coming out. And it worries me, but because what I do is I just use any internal monologue that I have, and I'm like, well, that's what I'm saying on my stream. And it's just like, just brand risk city. But, I don't know. Gives you a little fun, I guess. Because who knows what I'm going to say. My headphones are digging. So, I wear blue light glasses. Going back into the no filter. I wear blue light glasses because I'm sitting like... Okay, so a little bit about my setup. I have a Gaomon PD 1560, which is a 15.6 inch monitor, which I'm practically right up on. Like I'm not, I shouldn't be, but I'm like, I tend to stay like 8 inches away from it, and that's it. I probably should be leaning back a little bit more, but I just tend not to. And then I got my laptop, because all I have is a laptop to stream my art with. So I got my laptop over here, and then I got a light just facing me. So something I was having, problem I was having, was that a lot of my after streaming for just a little bit, my eyes would just get tired from all the blue light that's just hitting me directly in the face. So I ended up getting a pair of blue light glasses. And I don't normally wear glasses, so I just have no focus blue light glasses. But where I don't normally wear glasses, my headphones aren't the most comfortable on my head with my glasses on. Or with these blue light glasses on. When did I don't know when I put this accidental line in here. But I don't want it in here. But I'm really liking this artwork and how it's turning out. Yeah, I'm really liking how this artwork's turning out. BRB? Alright, Beans. Yeah, I'm really liking how this artwork's turning out. Like, it's genuinely looking really nice. Like, maybe this arm isn't the greatest. I don't know. Hmm. We'll leave that line in there for now. I really don't know what I want to do with it. Yeah, I have work at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so I probably should be getting off here pretty soon. Like, it'll be alright, but probably pretty soon I should be getting off. Yeah, because I still got work to do for them. I gotta actually like make I have to reword a social media post I already made for them. It's not gonna be too bad, but yeah, it's not gonna be too bad. But I still got work to do. And it's gonna take half an hour ish. But I don't know. We'll be fine for a little bit. Like honestly, I stayed up to over later than 1 in the morning, and then rolled into work the next day, and it's like, okay. So I'll be fine. I probably should be getting off before. I won't stream another hour. I'll probably stream, probably 12:30, not 12:30, 11:30. Probably when I'll stop stream. So that's gonna be the rough time limit for today. We're gonna see how much we get done by then. Honestly, I'm really happy how this artwork's turning out. I know I've said it probably 1,000 times this stream. I've probably said it 1,000 times this stream, but I'm really happy how this artwork's turning out. And like I said earlier, I think we should probably start. How do I put this? We should probably start. I should probably start just looking at anatomy videos occasionally, because so I was watching the anatomy video by Mikey Mega Mega, and like I picked up on so many more things. Like now that I've been in art and doing art for a while, and it's been a while since I've actually worked on anatomy. Like, I still understood anatomy, yes, but I watched his video, and a lot of what he was saying made a lot more sense. Because I've been trying to work on it. I've been trying to work on it slowly but surely. And I picked up things here and there that I was going to work on. And I was picking up things that that I've tried to work on and learn and everything. But then he went and he broke things down, and I was like, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. And everything just made so much more sense, and it was absolutely astonishing because the first time I watched that tutorial, I was like, yeah, it makes sense, but like didn't feel groundbreaking to me. Whereas this time a lot of it felt like super impactful and almost groundbreaking because I understood a lot of what what that tutorial specifically was telling me with how I draw things. So I'm really happy with how just I just decided to do art on a whim earlier. And I ended up just completely changing my perspective for a little bit. Who knows how long it'll stay being this positive, but for now, I'm happy that it is. Yeah, but for now, I'm happy that it is, because I enjoy being positive about my art. Yeah, I enjoy being positive about my art. Okay, so all we really have left to do is the head, the hands, all we really have left to do is the head and the hands. The head, the hands, the feet. Or the foot. Not even feet, it's not plural. So, I'm really happy with how this turned out today. I wasn't even planning on streaming. I wasn't planning on streaming until like 12:30. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on streaming until about 12:30, but not 12:30. I keep saying 12:30. Why do I keep saying 12:30? 11:30. But yeah, it's I'm really happy with how this artwork's turning out. Like, is it perfect? Probably not. Am I going to finish it and it be still to the point where it is with the sketch? No. Because I'm not the greatest at finishing artworks. I'll probably finish it and I'll be like, it's okay. But that's what we do. I'm going to finish it and I'm going to get better. And I'm going to be happy because I'm really happy with how this one's turning out. And it's not too often that I'm happy with how my artworks turn out. I'm kind of sad that Beans left because I was going to end stream pretty soon. And I hate to end stream while he's gone because he's one of the main people that talks and watches. But I also hate like him getting back and then me being like, alright, I'm ending stream. I don't know. Like I said, I get in my head way too much. I get in my head way too much. So, what can I do? I can try to do a hand. I can try to do a hand. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I can try it. I don't know how to do this in perspective. I'm not even really in perspective here. I just don't know how to draw hands, period. I just don't really know how to draw hands, period. Alright, so with these hands, go. Okay, so we go and we take this up. And fingers are looking like sausages. I don't really know how to do hands too well. Where they don't just look like giant meaty sausages. So then if I do this, alright. This is not looking the worst. Yeah, this is not looking the worst. I've made worse hands in my time. Which isn't saying much, but... How do I... How do I... Yeah. Just put some nails on it. I'll probably end up changing all of these by the end, I'll be honest now. Yeah, I'll probably end up changing all of these, but we can go ahead and start putting them in. Yeah, we can go ahead and start putting all of these in. That hand is way too small. Like, it's pretty anatomically correct, but it's way too small. Which this arm also comes in, like, not being wide enough. Alright, so we can do that. We can do that. We can patch all this together because I know how to do that. We massage the lines a little bit so they tone down a hair. Alright. We're going to make the entire sleeve slightly wider so it doesn't look awkward. And this might actually fix some of my shoulder issue that I was having earlier. Yeah, this might actually fix my shoulder issue that I was having earlier. Alright. Yeah, so after this, the arm and everything should look pretty good. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty alright. The hand's still a little small. And, like, majorly fucked up, but... Yeah, the hand's still kind of looking screwed up, but... But it'll be alright. Like, I'm still not the greatest at hands. I don't feel confident in hands at all, but we bullshit until we'll finally one day say we can understand them well enough. Alright. I do think I will probably head off though for today. Yeah, I will probably head off for today because it's getting late. Yeah, it's getting late. I hate leaving while Beans is like, oh, I'll be right back. And then I'm not going to be here. But at the same time, like, it's getting really late. I got work in the morning. So I really should get off here for tonight. So I'm gonna finish up this finger and I'm going to say my goodbyes to everyone. Nope, I got distracted. Oh well. Alright. Yep, so I finished the finger. We're gonna finalize that line. Okay, so I'm really happy with how this sketch came out today. I'm going to end stream for today because frankly, I'm getting tired. My voice is getting tired. Like, I've been talking. I've been talking nonstop this entire time. And frankly, my voice is just getting tired. So, I'm going to, and I got work tomorrow. So, I'm going to end stream for today. I would like to thank everyone who came out, except for the guy that got banned. The Gravin. Yeah, I don't like him because he came in here to advertise promotion services, and I don't like that. So he instantly got a ban from me. Yeah, so he instantly got a ban from me. But I would like to thank everyone else who is actual people for coming out and tuning in. It's been amazing doing art today. I'm really happy with how this piece is coming together. And I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'm going to end stream. I'm going to go to bed. So thank you all for coming out. It's been an amazing day. You've all been amazing in talking to me in here. And the next stream will be Thursday, probably. I doubt I'll end up streaming tomorrow. But it'll probably be Thursday night, game night. Alright. Everyone, thank you. Thank you once again for being here. I'm going to end the stream for now. Take care, everyone.